welcome to Precious Metals. Behind me is my C7 Corvette. I absolutely adore this car, and while the C8's amazing, the C7 is still a fantastic car. I've put thousands of miles on it. I daily drive it. It goes through rain, snow, shine, everything. That being said, I've done some work to the car. It does have a stage 3 carbon fiber aero kit added to it, APR carbon fiber rear wing, as well as a Corsa exhaust. But this is the last time for a long time that the car is going to look like this. We're going to wrap it. Not a full color change, but it's definitely going to make a statement.
So we started off by laying the black wrap material over the hood and forming the base. I was super excited to see this because to me it looks like a classic muscle car. I've always fantasized about having a carbon hood there just to go for that classic muscle car look that pays homage to the past. I wish you saw it on more cars, but that's another point. You can see here where we're starting to get the material to adhere to the hood and make sure that it all kind of forms correctly around the lines of the car. It's really cool to see. It's the small details you don't think about where you're trying to get the lines cut correctly and get the material down to maximize your usage of the material, but also make sure that everything gets tucked correctly. That was really neat to see and learn from. Most satisfying moment, of course, is when you get to peel off that protective layer. We all love materials like that, and it was the first time we really got to see that new kind of shiny black hood, and I was pumped to see it. So we moved on to trying to work around the scoop on the hood of the car, and that was actually interesting because it was a lot more difficult to get around than we initially thought. I definitely want to replace it with carbon fiber at some point, but for the time being, again, I think it looks great. It's really neat to see, again, how you tuck in those different areas. Here you can see as we're working on the front of the car and the fenders, and using knifeless tape was the first time I'd seen this. I've seen it in YouTube videos before. Really neat material. It was interesting to see how easy and difficult it is to work with, but it was crazy to watch how I could literally, again, take this kind of abstract piece of wrap and make it just have these nice clean lines down the side of the car. Really neat stuff. So we initially, my plan was to do an off-center stripe on the car. As we laid it out between the middle and the side, we kind of ultimately decided, that the green looked much better in the center. Of course, with that became the issue of making sure all the measurements were exactly correct, because a centered stripe that's not centered looks absolutely horrible, and that doesn't work for me. So we spent a lot of time going over different measurements and getting the lines exactly straight. Again, using knifeless tape just to form those nice clean lines without damaging your clear coat with, like an X-Acto knife or something crazy like that. Next, we moved on to the upper part of the hood stripe, and again, it's interesting to think about how difficult it is just trying to get it lined up, tucked correctly. Not one of those things you think about when you're like, oh, let's just lay a stripe down the middle of the car, but it is a far more involved process, especially as you go over the double bubble on the roof and down towards the back. Next, we moved on to the end plates. These again were surprisingly difficult. You don't think just laying it over that end plate would be difficult. They turned out amazingly, but really neat to see how it went down. We also decided to trim the side skirts.
You join me now about a day later, and unfortunately the wrap is almost completely done, aside from this blue strip here. It needs to be black to match the other side. Unfortunately, I screwed up, ordered a little too little material, so it's on its way right now. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and jump in the Scuderia and grab some lunch, as you do. First though, I have to move Mercy parts. Another common problem.
About to lunch, parked way out away from everyone just because that's what us car people do, and the Scuderia looked amazing in the sunlight. It's funny how good weather draws out cars. We saw this incredibly rare collector edition.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
So here it is. This is the final result of the car. I'm absolutely thrilled. When I told a lot of people we were going to go electric green on blue, it was met with the type of response you would think. Also realize this is my third outfit change of this video. It got a little late the day we took the Ferrari out and we got the wrap on, and the temperatures dramatically changed. We've had snow since then. So I apologize about the inconsistency, but more importantly, back to the car. As you can see, it is a green stripe going over the entirety of the car. There are green end plates on the wing, green accents on the arrow as well as the side. I'm absolutely thrilled with the way it came out. It certainly makes a statement. I'm excited to see what people think. We've still got a windshield banner and some script on the wing to go, but I think this kind of V2 of the car is really good. So please like, share, subscribe for plenty more content. The Gran Turismo is going to be wrapped soon. The Mercy is getting there as far as the repairs go, and C8's on its way. So this spring and summer is definitely going to be something to pay attention to. Thank you. Ooh, it's cold. 30 degrees. Actually, it's less hard.
My hands are defrosting. I probably should still drive too. That's always a good idea. God dang. It was so cold outside and the winds. Oh my Lord. Well, I'm sure hypothermia is not a permanent thing, right?
Yeah, but not done, but obviously.